Day number 2 of fall camp has already come and gone. So in today's video, let's take a quick look at some of the highlights and takeaways from the day. What's going on, Canes fans? Now, before we dive into day 2 of fall camp, I just would like to take a moment and remind you guys to double check and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, because it's less than 1 month before college football kicks off, and you know what that means. Things are about to ramp up on this channel. We always do the preview videos. We've got the Friday night call-in shows where if you predict the correct score to the game, you win $500. We have the game day hangouts. We have the walking and venting series. We have the late night real talk. It is a jam-packed, crazy, action-filled, wild, plug in, whatever adjective you want here, season on the Coach Coop YouTube channel every single year. And my job is to ramp it up year after year. And this is going to be year number 7 on the platform covering the Canes. So it's going to be a really good time, and you're going to want to make sure that you don't miss a moment of it. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and just hit on some high points from today. This is going to be kind of a quick update video because, again, disclaimer, it is just day 2 of fall camp. And also just remember that when we're talking about who's running with the 1s and 2s and 3s and all that good stuff, that all of this is subject to change. And there's a very good possibility that it will at multiple positions. So just keep that in mind. Don't pay too much attention to who's getting reps where. But it's still fun to talk about and see how it evolves and changes throughout fall camp. So let's go ahead and dive into this thing. And the first thing I want to talk about was the fact that we saw Ruben Hurricane Bain and Akeem Mesidor getting reps at the defensive tackle position today. And this is huge. We already kind of expected this and knew that we would probably see those guys rotating around. But it's nice that they give us that flexibility, right? I mean, both of those guys can play inside or outside, and that could be something big for us this season. And it's really huge when you think about the fact that, this is football. It's a physical sport, and guys do get injured at times. So possibly if a guy on the outside at defensive end gets injured, we need another body out there. One of those guys could rotate in and someone else could come in at the tackle position or swap that around. So that's something that's very good to see. Also, linebacker Chase Smith was seen practicing out there today, but he was wearing a brace on his right knee. So that's something that we want to keep an eye on. We know that he was battling an injury that he got last year. So hopefully he'll continue to recover and be practicing, full speed without the brace soon. Or maybe, it could just be sort of precautionary just to keep him protected during fall camp. And in that linebacker room, while we're already talking about that position group, today, really, I would say day 2, Malik Bryant was one of the linebackers that shined today. Maybe him and KJ Cloyd. Now, also, the coaching staff was really hyping up some of the young guys like Washington. So the linebacker room it's been sort of a sore spot, over the last couple of years. It's been a while since we've had a really strong group there. So I'm really looking forward to watching the linebacker room develop. I also want to plug in, now that I said that, I got a lot of comments on my day 1 video that people were complaining, saying that I was hyping the team up too much and that I was sugarcoating things. That's not what's happening here. You guys know that I have been verbally assaulted online multiple times for being too harsh and too real on the Canes. I've literally rolled a trash can into my room and done a stream from inside of it. So, we try to be honest and real, but there's not a ton of negativity when it comes to the first opening days of fall camp. We're going to touch on some things that weren't so good, but we're just getting the ball rolling with this thing. So, don't expect a ton of negatives here, but nobody's talking national championship 2 days into fall camp, okay? Just keep that in mind. When it comes to the tight ends, it is the Arroyo and McCormick show. Those guys are still the top 2 dogs in that room. But freshman Riley Williams was pretty impressive today. He showcased his catching and agility skills. And there are several guys in that position group I feel like the coaching staff can utilize this season. So hopefully, even with the young guys, there's going to be a lot of rotating in, fresh legs, and, some pretty unique formations in this Dawson offense where we can see multiple tight ends getting some play time. In the cornerback room, the guys running with the ones today were Devontae Brown, Corey Couch, Jaden Davis, and Daryl Porter Jr. That didn't change from day one, and I really don't expect that rotation to change very much as the season approaches. I think that's a pretty rock solid group there. It was nice seeing safety Markeith Williams back out there. He actually missed practice on Monday, but he was there today practicing at full speed, and he was running with the second team along with Jaden Harris. And of course, at that safety position, Cam Kinchens and James Williams were running with the first team defense, as I'm guessing you all expected. No surprises there. We're not going to talk too much about the offensive line in today's update video because kind of same scenario. It's really what you would expect. I mean, we're hoping that they give TVD more time this year. And, we're still trying to find that perfect first team O-line that's going to gel the best and have the best chemistry. The guys that show Maryville they can truly play as one. That's what we're looking for. But right now, when we're not going full speed 100% of the time, full pads and all that, it's going to take a little bit of time. So not going to talk too much about the O-line, but we can talk about the quarterback room. Tyler Van Dyke looked pretty good today. Accuracy was on point. Emory Williams still impressing, especially with his accuracy. Now, I will say that Jakari Brown possibly took a small step back today, at least during the net drills, when it comes to his accuracy. Now, same thing, don't look too much into that because, again, sometimes a few guys might be up and down, but I'm still telling you, man, I hyped up Jakari a little bit last year, and he's a Miami Hurricane, so he's still a family member. Love that dude. Want him to succeed. But Emory Williams, okay? This man is pushing, and he's going to try to jump into that number 2 slot. I don't know with as young as he is if that's going to happen. Maybe needs more time to get adjusted to the college level and bulk up a little bit. But, man, I'm not crowning him right now. Nobody's doing that, okay? But this guy is very impressive. As far as wide receivers go, the coaching staff is continuing to mix it up all over the place, and for good reason. There's a lot of talent in that room, and it's very exciting to watch these guys play. I will say one interesting takeaway from today was it's starting to look like Nathaniel Joseph is maybe earning some extra snaps ahead of Brashard Smith. And that's not to downplay Brashard Smith in any way, but Ray is just, he's that good, I think, honestly. And, we talked about Ray being one of the impact players this season. I did a video on it a month ago saying that I think he could be a top 3 impact player for the offense this year, because even if he has limited snaps during the season, I think he'll continue to earn more and more playing time as the season progresses, because it's going to be tough to keep that guy off the field. So he is continuing to impress. And as a matter of fact, I might even have a clip here. Shout out to the Canes football Instagram page. All credit to them. Go follow them. But if I have a clip, there's one I'm going to throw up here of Ray catching a pass from TVD. Wide receiver coach Kevin Beard has also been very vocal in praising Shamar Kirk and his ability to pick up yards after the catch. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I think he said he more or less turns into a running back once he catches the ball. His ability to cut and then turn on the jets and head up field. So it's going to be interesting to see what type of role he can play in the offense this year as well. I'm going to be keeping my eye on him. In the running back room, it was Henry Parrish at RB1, followed up by Don Chaney Jr. Same thing as we said kind of with the safeties. as expected. And actually kicking it back to safeties for just a moment, James Williams has, noticeably put on a little more weight, bulked up a tad. I think he said he's up to around 223, which is roughly 10 to 15 pounds heavier than he was last season. And he said that, Guidry approached him about playing some snaps at outside linebacker. This is something that was very heavily debated last year. Should he be a linebacker? Should he be a safety? And Williams said he's confident in either position, that he's going to play wherever Guidry feels like he should play, and he thinks he can make an impact either way. And it's nice to see him being confident. Of course, we're going to have to see it on the field, right? But it's going to be interesting to see how Guidry utilizes James Williams this season, because we all know, Williams is a freak athlete. He was dealing with some shoulder injuries last year that led to some poor tackling, but man, he's just going to be very exciting to watch. And guys on the D-line cannot stop praising Guidry's defense. They say that they have a ton of fun playing in it, and he gives the opportunity to move around a lot. In particular, Harvey, Kelly, Wayne, and Moss at the jack position, they really just look like they're having a lot of fun out there. And, that is important. I think sometimes people don't talk about that enough. When they are having fun out there, it shows, and I think it's important. Last year, obviously, the guys weren't having fun in Gaddis's offense or Steele's defense, and it goes a little deeper than just winning. Of course, Coop, we were losing. They weren't having any fun. But it seems like that this offense and defense, at least right now, we've not played any games. Don't get it twisted. But it seems like right now, this offense and defense are both fast. They're both easy to pick up. The players keep saying that they feel confident in both of these schemes, offensively and defensively, and that leads to them being able to play more free and have a little more fun because they love the game of football. It's why they're here at the college level playing it, They wouldn't be doing it if they didn't enjoy it. So, that's very exciting to hear, and I'm just really looking forward to it because I wasn't a huge fan of Kevin Steele. Hindsight's 2020. I get it's easy to say that now, but I was saying that from the beginning. I think that Guidry and Dawson are a little more hungry and they have a lot to prove, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I'm cautiously optimistic here, okay? Not making any promises. You guys know what my prediction is right at this point in time. We'll see if it changes, but we're not going to talk about it in this video because that's for a different video. But yeah, overall, man, today seemed like a pretty good day again. Fast, physical, high energy. That's what Mario Cristobal is going to continue to push all throughout fall camp. And again, hoping that carries over into the way we operate during the season. Let's chop it up down in the comment section below. I'm going to keep trying to fire out these quick hitters, even if it's just small little updates, a day at a time. We're going to do some hypotheticals and things as well since the season is actually close. And we're just going to have a really good time leading into the actual season. And be sure to let me know if you do enjoy these quicker videos, kind of shorter format where it's just kind of firing out some quick stuff from fall camp. I understand that it's not for everyone. I have people that say, Coop, why would you make a video about every day? Coop, I'm not really interested till the season gets here. That's okay. It's not a problem. If this isn't your thing, literally just don't watch the video. You won't hurt my feelings. You can literally just skip these. But for those that eat, sleep, breathe Miami Hurricanes, that bleed it, that want to know anything and everything that's going on with the program, I hope that you guys can appreciate videos like this that just keep you updated as much as possible. But let me know. Feel free to provide some feedback. Trust me, it's okay. I can handle it. Remember though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family. But at the end of the day, I gotta say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one.